Celebrate Microplastics hitting 7,000 streams, I'm here breaking down the vocal production in this song. If you like this one, maybe I'll do more. We recorded the vocals mobile in a uni room. It's how a lot of banging tracks were made. Let's start off with the vocal chain on the lead.
Punch your fucking lights out, pimples like apples bouncing off the walls.
It jumps out at you. It's a very sibilant sound and there's a lot of harsh frequencies in there. And it's a shame because it was this microphone and these are good mics. The first thing you want to do with that is clean it up in the EQ straight away.
Punch your fucking lights out, pimples like apples bouncing off the walls.
The sibilance is around 8K and the body of her voice sits in around the 400 region, especially for Liv. Taking a bit away from the top mids just to get rid of some of the harshness of the sound. With vocals, it's a good principle to go corrective EQ, compression, additive EQ, and then a bit more compression. Start things off relatively light with a TDR compressor.
Punch your fucking lights out.
It peaks at about -7 dB for that aggressive bit, but averages I'd say about 3 to 4 dB. This EQ here, this is the magic. If you haven't seen any of my videos on this plugin right here, you're missing out on a whole bunch of sounds. I'm not going to fully explain what this EQ does. Go look at my TikTok, it explains it in a much more visual way, which is easier to understand. Essentially what we're doing here is making it sound more whole-bodied and bright whilst taking away some of the harsh frequencies that are involved with doing that. Add on our final compressor and we get the sound that we're looking for.
Saturday night, I got the right to punch. Punch your fucking lights out, pimples like apples bouncing off the walls.
Next, we're getting rid of that sibilance. Now, I had to use Pro DS. Usually you can get away with using the stock plugin that you have with your DAW, but sometimes it's needed.
Saturday night, I got the right to punch.
You'll find that most of the time the pros won't go over -6 dB on their DSs unless it's really needed, of course, but -6 is a good max for your DSing. Saturation. Now this is, I was into this saturator at the time. I wouldn't use it right now. I've got better ones I like, but it does the job.
Punch your fucking lights out, pimples like apples bouncing off the walls.
We can't, of course, forget our delay, which is a tape echo, which is an unmatched kind of delay. The tone on them is incredible.
Punch your fucking lights out, pimples like apples bouncing
Paired with a
off
bit
the
of
walls.
reverb from
Someone's
Verb
fucking
Suite.
pounding on the bathroom stall. Got my keys, I'm on my knees, I'm bleeding above. That's just one thing in this life I love.
The vocal chain in the chorus is exactly the same, it's just boosted a little bit. So that's the vocal chain. Now all we need to do is build up all the different layers. Now it's time for the famous. These are a very simple high-pass filter, compressed kind of job, and the way that I got the width on that is just using a spreader, something called the Has effect, which is where you just delay one side of the stereo image by milliseconds and it gives it a slightly different sound. There is also another vocal take running underneath with the same kind of thing on it.
Punch your fucking lights out.
There you go. Pair this with a lower harmony.
Right to punch. Punch your fucking lights out, pimples like apples bouncing off the walls. Someone's fucking pounding on the bathroom stall.
You might be thinking something's missing there, and you'd be right. Now we recorded yet another vocal take which I absolutely processed the living daylights out of. We can see here we've got EQ compressor, de-essing, a virtual mix box which is doing distressing, of course, yes. Then we have a lo-fi machine which is turning it into fuzz. And finally we are spreading it and it's even going to the reverb. And I got this sound.
Punch your fucking lights out. Pimples like apples bouncing off the walls. There's someone fucking pounding on the bathroom stall. Got my keys, I'm on my knees, I'm bleeding above. That's just one thing in this life I love.
This happens for verse 2, the same, nothing different.
La 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 la. And I am obsessed with the stain on my face.
What we did for the chorus was the same wide backing, the lower harmony, and then the main lead. We also added a stereo take of the main vocal line, which just layers it quite nicely.
Push comes to shove, you're not in love. Fucking means nothing at all.
Liv's been fantastic throughout this whole recording process and didn't really need any pitch correction or any auto-tune. It's a punk rock song, it's got to have that raw character to it. And you won't know how it sounds, but we're going to give it a listen all together just in case.
Pimples like apples bouncing off the walls.
Absolutely massive. Thanks for catching this one. I'll see you in the next one.